Welcome to the world of Formula One, where speed and technology go hand in hand. As cars zoom past, it's easy to get lost in the excitement, and as a software developer, I've always been intrigued by the generation of information during the races. In this video, I'll delve into 3 graphics used by the F1 broadcast team, and roughly how they work. If you've watched F1, you will have seen that AWS is the sport's preferred technical partner. AWS has published a series of articles online which delve much deeper into these graphics. So if you're interested, I'd highly recommend checking them out, link in the description. Before diving into each graphic, let's take a look at where AWS gets its data. Each car generates over 1 million data points per second, which are transmitted from the cars to the pits during a Grand Prix. This data covers everything from speed, acceleration, steering angle, energy recovery system, fuel mass, and DRS. So where does all this data go? Well, let's run through this graphic. The captured signal begins its journey at the racetrack. It's sent to AWS via a HTTP call to the API gateway. The logic is hosted as a Lambda function and updates the race state stored in the DynamoDB. If the function determines a prediction is needed, it uses the model trained in SageMaker and returns the prediction back to the broadcasting center. This all happens in just half a second. Right, that's enough backstory, let's jump into the graphics. First, let's look at the start analysis graphic. The aim of this graphic is to give the fans a more detailed view of how each driver is able to exploit performance at the start of a Grand Prix. It takes live speed and acceleration data and compares it with the exact time the lights went out to calculate how each driver performed off the line. It's worth noting that this graphic is only available after a delay and cannot be done live due to processing times. The main effort comes from synchronizing the cars with the F1 timing system. After that's done, the cars are also synchronized with transponders set around the circuit to give a final reaction time output, which is then broadcasted to viewers. The next graphic I'll be covering is the pit strategy battle. It provides fans with a real-time insight on the position of the 2 rival drivers, the predicted gap after their respective pit stops, and the percentage chance of an overtake. This helps fans to assess how successful each strategy will be in real time and its potential outcome. Undercutting and overcutting are strategies used by F1 teams during close racing scenarios, with the margin between success and failure measured in tenths of a second. Predictions are made using current race and tyre data alongside historical data. Again, SageMaker is used to estimate the time gain or loss for a driver compared to rivals. The final graphic we'll be looking at today is the corner analysis graphic. The intention of this graphic was to understand the speed of the car through a given corner in microscopic detail. This gives the fans an insight as to where a car is stronger or weaker than the opposition. For example, last year's Mercedes was incredibly strong in the low speed corners, but was less so in the high speed corner when compared to the Red Bull. And in fact, the trend completely reversed when we considered the straight line performance. As a fan, you couldn't really tell that this was the case if we didn't have this graphic. This graphic works by breaking down the car telemetry into several phases: turn in, mid corner, and exit. For each phase, speed, acceleration, and throttle are used to calculate an optimal corner, which is then compared to the driver's attempt. So there we have it, a little breakdown of some of the graphics seen on TV, and a bit of a background of cloud usage in one of the most popular sports right now. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.